Okay. Whew. I am destroyed. So, welcome everybody to Houston. We have a problem. It's Charity Tuesday. I'm currently being murdered by cedar pollen. My voice may disappear at some point. I feel like I've got dump trucks slamming back and forth in my sinuses. So, you know, deal with it as it comes. Got a happy monkey butt. It's sunny and beautiful outside, therefore the cedar trees are like everywhere. But we're raising money for RIP Medical Debt, which is an organization, and you may have seen them used on last week tonight with John Oliver, where they spent $15,000 and managed to erase $60 million in medical debt. So if you are not in the U.S., our medical system sucks. It's a private healthcare system using insurance. Insurance oftentimes doesn't want to cover medical costs. People aren't covered when they get emergencies. They have to go to the hospital, and they get stuck with just obscene medical bills that no other society on earth burdens their people with. And so 76% of all bankruptcies in the United States are due to medical debt because humans get sick. Humans get injured. Humans die. And those bills get transferred to the families. Let's say you get a horrible cancer and the cancer treatment costs $1 million. And your insurance company's like, yeah, I'm not covering that. Even though you've been paying into them for 20 years or whatever, you now have to pay $1 million. It's stupid. So RIP medical debt goes to these collection agencies that are hounding these poor people that are sick or their family members who are family of someone who died, and they're like, give us our money or we're going to take your house. And what RIP medical debt does, it goes and it purchases this debt for pennies on the dollar from these collection agencies, and just like you do it in the bond market, and then just lights fire to it and it's gone. You no longer have debt to anybody. So we're hopefully raising $1,000, which, if the market's right, they can clear $2 to $4 million in debt with that $1,000. That's how incredible it is. So let's get it. I see a bunch of people already jumped in. Dillerman's Wharf started all off, and we got Leo B. Oh, Leo B, I still need to get you a poster. I can't get the website to give me one so I can send it to you. I still need to get you a poster though from last time. Chris Taylor and SJ. Hot damn, SJ. All right, so we're 24% of the way there. We've cleared upwards, possibly like $1 million in medical debt just with that $245. That's crazy. We're talking like a tenth of a penny on the dollar is what they can buy this debt for. So, with that said, one of these. Okay. Off. Two offs. We're off. We've done it. Okay. Anonymous, thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't organize anything for like a raffle this time around. I mostly just been blowing my nose for the past like 2 days. So this is all on the goodwill of you. Hopefully we get to our $1,000 goal. And we're quarter of the way there, and we are like 5 minutes into the show. So I'm sure people want to talk about things like Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy this weekend. They had their first court hearing yesterday. The judge basically said, hey, you guys did your due diligence. You did a good job. I appreciate what you've done, and it seems like you're trying to find a buyer, and so I will support that. Now, there's a couple of problems with trying to find a buyer, is that it appears that remember that Freeman dude, the guy that pumped Bed Bath & Beyond back in August and made like $122 million using his dad's money? Well, he has a family fund, and that family fund appears to hold possibly several $100 million in debt that Bed Bath & Beyond took out, and it appears they refused to restructure that debt for Bed Bath & Beyond. So Bed Bath & Beyond wouldn't be able to find a buyer because they could veto that buyer. And so what it looks like is Bed Bath & Beyond is still selling $300 million in shares, even though they're going into bankruptcy, which is like, what? Who would buy that? Just to pay off that debt so that if they do find a buyer in the next couple of months, in the next 6 weeks or so, I think they got about 6 weeks to find one, then they don't have to worry about those bondholders being like, no. Because it looks like they took out, Freeman's family fund took out a whole bunch of credit default swaps. So they'll make more money off Bed Bath & Beyond defaulting on that debt than they would off the interest from that debt, which is like 3.9% or something. So they're definitely playing the short game on this now. I don't want to advise buying Bed Bath & Beyond. If you have it, then you have it. You got about 6 weeks to find out, maybe less, to find out if anything comes out of this. Because remember, Bed Bath & Beyond was being destroyed from the inside. BCG got their fingers in it. All these short hedge funds got their fingers in it. And they did their best to destroy this company. In 2021, when they were facing squeeze time, right, from the sneeze, from the baby squeeze, they spent $1 billion on stock buybacks. And now they're $1 billion in debt. So they pulled out loans to make sure that their executives could get paid, and now they can't pay back those loans. So there are interested parties. In the court, the lawyers for Bed Bath & Beyond said there's 2 parties who are interested in buying. I'm not sure if they're related to each other or if they're against each other, going to be bidding against each other. But there are 2 parties who want to buy the assets of Bed Bath & Beyond. And bye-bye, baby. So things will get interesting. I'm sure the stock will do all sorts of weird stuff in the meantime. But at the same time, if they aren't able to restructure and find a buyer by I think it's like June 5th, then they're done. It becomes a Q stock, disappears forever, all the stores shut down, and that doesn't exist anymore. So it's very, very tenuous, and we'll see where it goes. Whoa, we're screaming now. I got Josh Pet Pals, thank you. Andrew Stewart, thank you. BOFH, thank you. Drew Saul, first name and last name. Anonymous, we're at $313. That's 31.3% of the way to our goal. That's the potential right there. That $313 potential to clear what, 600,000 to about $1.2 million in debt for people that are stuck with all this medical debt. So fantastic. I love this charity. I love the idea. I think it was Julianne was the one that suggested this. So thank you, Julianne, if you are able to watch right now. If not, you'll watch this later. And also a reminder to those who are watching the show with the recorded version, you somewhere down around here should be a button that says donate. You should be able to donate from now in perpetuity. 1,000 years from now, if YouTube still exists, you should be able to donate with that button. And all of the ads you watch, donate as well. So that gets added to the total later on. So thank you so much. All right. R.I.P. medical debt. Monkey. She's nothing. Okay. Okay. All right. Scott Paul in Houston. Why do you always tell people to buy calls to companies that are doing terribly? Bed Bath & Beyond, for example. I don't tell people to buy calls, and I say I'm an idiot and I'm buying calls. that's what? And if you had gotten 50-cent calls last week, you would have made a good chunk of change off of that when this price spiked to 56 cents. So there's money to be made at times. Swamps erase medical debt. Waste medical egrets. Who trains majestic birds to do triage? Did I write egrets? This says race medical debt. Okay. Wait, did I write egrets? No, I didn't. Okay, you're fooling. You're messing with me. Squamps is so hungry. I think I can door crash for once. I have chicken breast and asparagus, but fudge potatoes. I don't even know what that means. Cal Cooper, Tucker Carlson fired for court-revealed recordings. Was he fired for court-revealed recordings, or was he fired because, like all other Fox News hosts, there's a weird sexual harassment lawsuit going on? So they got the other company, I forget the other voting company is going to be, voting machine company is going to be suing, whatever their name is. But his former booking agent is suing for harassment and sexual harassment at Fox. So that could be a reason. Or, maybe in the process of diving into his computer and this, they found some nasty things. I have no idea. But yeah, so Fox fired their number one show host. And where do you think he'll end up? CNN? He was already fired from CNN years ago, but CNN taking a pivot and trying to pull like the right wing. It hasn't worked very well because they are very loyal to Fox. But if Tucker moves, that might be a shakeup. Maybe he'll end up at like OAN. They can pay him, I don't know, in breadcrumbs or something. I know Russia Today has made him an offer. So maybe he'll move to RT. And that's, he'll just have to admit that he's getting paid by the Russians now, if that's the case. First name, last name. Houston, do you collect coins? I have a few good ones. I haven't used my metal detector for a few years. Been itching to get out there again. What are some of your best detector finds? I've actually never used my metal detector to find coins. I've only ever used it to find gold. I have a buddy, David, who goes to the little ghost towns here on the island. There's a couple of old logging towns, mill towns that don't exist anymore. That's just forest. And he goes through, he finds all sorts of cool things. But the coins I found actually were in an old tin, old coffee tin. So I was, let's bring up ye old Google Earth, shall we? I'll show you where I found, oops, wrong window. Got to go over there. Make that big. Click here, go there. All right, so where are we? We're just south. Okay, go to Bainbridge Island. Okay, so I grew up in a little log cabin that was, this is Sparger Loop, so it was along this loop, and my family had the acreage that was here, and they built a giant house where our humble little cabin was. But this forest, there was no house here when I was like 6, 7 years old, but in first grade, this was all forest, and I went out and I found a whole bunch of old steel beer cans, the kinds that had like the pull tab on the top. Found a whole collection of those. I found like an old 1920s Ford bumper just sitting out here, and like peat fenders and weird things that were left out here. And there's like a whole bunch of logging skids because this was all giant cedars that had been logged back in the day. And rooting around in that pile, I found a tin, and in that tin was a whole bunch of coins. I think the oldest was an 1866 3-cent piece. And there was a really cool bronze 1909 Seattle Yukon Exposition token, and an 1897 silver dollar, Liberty Head silver dollar, a bunch of cool stuff in there. I don't think any of it is really worth anything because they're all worn and there's nothing special about them. But that was a really, really, really cool find that I had. Man, look at the trees in here. My mom had cleared all this whole acre out, and this was all garden that she had made. Now there's trees there. It's crazy. Whoa, a lot happens in 30 years. But yeah. So, but beyond that, I've not gone looking for coins. Otherwise, okay. Jason Blackwell, Houston. Jeffrey Dahmer worked out a lot. He had the body of a 21-year-old, but it was in his freezer. Oh, God damn it. All right. Coworkers will appreciate that one. Guitar stuff. Houston, did you go see the ferry when it's parked off your coast? Also, what's going on with that crack in the ocean seeping liquid? No, that's two things. Back to the ye old map of Bainbridge. So the Bremerton ferry, the Walla Walla, was coming from Bremerton, lost power about yaw, and then smashed into this little nub right here, and ended up basically right in front of where pickleball was invented. The first pickleball court. Let's pop that up. First pickleball court. Right there. Yep. So this is Joel Pritchard, who was a representative to Congress. His house was here. They had a little basketball tennis court thing, and they invented pickleball here. And I think the boat crashed like right on this nub. So almost in front of the pickleball, first pickleball court. So that's cool. Did I personally go see it? No, I did not. But Ron Erickson, the CEO of No Labs, his home is along Lytle Beach there, and he took lots and lots of pictures. So I got to see that. Then it crashed, I don't know, 4 in the afternoon, and it wasn't until almost 1 in the morning when the high tide came in, they were able to float it free and pull it back with tugboats. In 1981, that same boat crashed in Point White when it lost power. So it's happened twice now. And then a few years ago, the Tacoma, which was the boat that goes between Bainbridge and Seattle, it lost power, almost crashed at Rockaway Beach, but they managed to drop anchor and stop it before it did. And then it was out there for hours. And like when it lost power, there was no water, you couldn't flush the toilets, and it got apparently pretty gross because people were like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I've been on this boat for 6 hours and I gotta go to the bathroom. And so they would go and it would just pile up. Ew. But yeah, so what was the other question? Oh, crack in the ocean, seeping fluid. So some scientists went out to the subduction zone out here. We've got the Juan de Fuca Plate. So the spreading ridge from Juan de Fuca Plate. It basically goes from Vancouver Island down to Northern California. So it's this tiny little oceanic plate right here. And they went to the subduction zone, and it's leaking what essentially comes out to be like hydraulic fluid. So there's a certain mixture of water that the plate slips on when it dives underneath the continent. And it's leaking all sorts of water they have not seen happen at other subduction zones that are thought to lubricate that juncture. And the hypothesis is that the reason why this thing is so locked and not moving is because that fluid that would normally like make it slip pretty easily is gone. And so now they're saying that when it does have an earthquake, it's going to be a lot more sudden and a lot more powerful than it otherwise would have been because all this pent up energy is happening, and it's just going to slip really hard and just rip all the way up the subduction zone here off the coast. And it's going to be really, really gnarly. So the last time we had a big quake like that was January. They had very specific. It's like January 28th, 1700. And it caused a tsunami that wiped out everything along the coast. It sent us orphan tsunami across to Japan, wiped out everything in Japan. So, you know, and the geologic record shows once every 300 years or so, there's a giant 9.0 earthquake along this zone here. And it's been 323 years. So that due date's coming. Every day we're one day closer. So I guess we'll see what happens. Okay. There. Just from Dax. First Public Bank expected to be seized by the government. Who do you think is next? Have we heard other regional banks' names get bandied about, like First Republic? There was all sorts of fears about all these other ones, but I haven't heard specific since the others are in trouble. I'm sure that once First Republic gets seized, the focus is going to go on the next one to fail. So, you guys keep your eye on that. I don't know who else. Monkey's not offering anything. I need water. I am. Tree pollen is killing me right now. Okay. Kyle Cooper, Tucker fired for recordings of him talking about 14-year-olds exploring their sexuality. What? Also, he's already got an offer from Russia State TV, a lateral career move. I did not know about those when segment recording. I thought the recordings were the stuff that was revealed in court about, hating Trump and stuff. But maybe those are texts. So, okay. Tucker fits the... If that's what he said, he looks like someone who would say that. Let's put it that way. All right, that's gross. And, okay, so Tucker may have to just either take Russian state TV or wander off into the emptiness and pull what Bill O'Reilly did after he spent $35 million for sexually harassing women. First name, last name, Houston. What was the weirdest thing somebody ever ordered while you were server? What was an order that made you want to try? I mean, I remember several times I had a guy once who was complaining because he's vegan. He's like, "Oh, can I eat in this menu that's vegan?" And I pointed out the few options that were vegan that would help, and they ordered fish and chips. And I was like, that's not vegan at all. And when he got the fish and chips, he wanted something other than the tartar sauce, because the tartar sauce had mayo in it. And I was like, what about the fish? That's not vegan. But he didn't want to hear it. I had a girl once who ordered a burger, no cheese. And when I brought the burger out, she's like, "Excuse me, I said no cheese." And she pointed to the mayonnaise that was on the bun of the burger. I said, that's not cheese, that's mayonnaise. She goes, "No, that's cheese." And I was like, that's mayonnaise. Mayonnaise doesn't melt to the bun, it would melt to the burger. She's like, "Well, whatever it is, I don't want it." Okay, so I just got her bun with no mayo on it. I had a dude who told me all about how he's gluten-free and can't have any gluten, and gluten, and then ordered fish and chips that are battered in beer and bread, and then ordered 6 Mac and Jacks over the course of his over the course of his meal, which is like drinking bread. What else? There was Angry Russian Man who threatened to kill me. I think I was still in college. I was like 22 maybe. And we had this beautiful seating out on the deck. And I went with this couple, and it was like Russian mafia guy with that weird haircut with the bangs and the gold chains and the tracksuit, and his quite anorexic, visibly abused, pretty girlfriend with the giant glasses, probably blocking out whatever black eye he had given her. They're sitting right on the railing on the deck. And I brought their food out in the it was like burgers or something, and it would have, burger, French fries, and then like a half moon of grapefruit and a little wedge of orange and some parsley as like a accoutrement to decorate the plate. And I dropped them off. Like, "I can't do anything else?" They're like, "Oh no, it's okay." And I'm about to walk away, and he says, "Excuse me, I need you to look at this." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, look at your plate. There's a plate." And it's like, "No, look at this." He's pointing to a little half moon of grapefruit, and it's like got the little triangles, and like one is like kind of squished and a little off color. I was like, no problem. I'll go get you another thing of grapefruit. And he's like, "This is unacceptable." I'm like, "That's no big deal. I'll get you some more grapefruit." He's like, "Did you even look at this? You see how unacceptable this is?" And I was like, totally unacceptable. I'll get you another little wedge of grapefruit, and problem be solved. And he's like, "This is bullshit. I'm not paying for this." I'm like, this is decoration on your meal. Your meal is actually the burger and the fries. You don't have to have the grapefruit, but I'll get you another one. This place is bullshit. You're bullshit. Everything bullshit." And his girlfriend's like, "Please don't make a scene. Oh my gosh." And he's yelling at me, call me an idiot and all these things. So I just took the plate and I dumped it over the railing and put it back in front of him. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "If you're not going to pay for it, you sure you're going to eat it. Get the hell out of here." And he started doing the whole, "Do you know who I am? I will fucking kill you. You're dead. I'll come back. You're a dead man." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know who you are. And that should tell you something. So get the hell out of here." And he left, cussing and swearing and like knocking people's plates off people's tables and shit. And he left. But he never came back and killed me. It's been 21 years. Still alive. Not dead yet. So, 20 years. So someday I might get sniped by some Russian mafia guy. What else? What other? Well, one time a person we had a dish that was called the Asian salmon bowl, and it had this ginger vinaigrette that was marinated with the salmon. And I had a guy order the burger, but he wanted the burger with the ginger vinaigrette on it. And I was like, "That is brilliant." And I ordered that, and I ordered that again and again and again, and it was ridiculously good. So that was probably the one that caused me to be like, I'm going to try that. I remember one time This one cracked me up. We had a calamari salad. So it's like sauteed calamari mixed in with some greens and you know, little tentacles and stuff in there. And this girl had ordered it, and the server had dropped it off. And she's like, "Excuse me, this is like an animal or something?" And the server said, "Yeah, it's calamari." She's like, "Sorry." She's like, "It's squid." She's like, "No, calamari is a type of pasta." And her whole family just went, "We raised the dumbest daughter in the world." And they proceeded to loudly make fun of her for like the next hour. And every once in a while, everyone would be like sitting there joking, and all of a sudden you'd hear like her dad be like, "This is like an animal or something." And then everyone would just burst up laughing. So that was fun. Okay. RIP medical debt. Anonymous, thank you. Julius, thank you so much, Julio. We're at $338, 33.8% of the way to our $1,000 goal to erase upwards of $4 million in medical debt with that $1,000. So just think about that, right? John Oliver's show with $15,000 are able to raise $60 million in medical debt. $60 million with just $15,000. So with our 1,000, hopefully 1,000 plus, we can erase several $million in medical debt and help out a lot of folks who need it. So, and I know you Europeans and other people from Japan and Singapore are like, medical debt? What are you talking about? But this is something that desperately affects us here. And I want to thank everybody for jumping in there and donating. It's awesome. Okay. Tom Zaki, Bed Bath & Beyond Incorporated received NASDAQ delisting notice, special meeting of shareholders canceled. Yeah, they'll become a Q stock. Since they declared bankruptcy, they're going to become a Q stock. If they get bought in the next 6 weeks or so, the Q would be removed and they would remain a NASDAQ listed stock, be my guess. But yeah. Snort alert. Could a bye-bye baby buyout result in a special dividend for Bed Bath & Beyond holders? If yes, how likely could it be? Depends on how much it gets purchased for. If it's purchased just for the amount that they owe in debt, then shareholders might get nothing. It might just close out that debt, and then Bed Bath & Beyond would be debt-free and would continue to exist. My guess is whoever buys it may want both because Bed Bath & Beyond has a distribution network. They've got stores all over the place. And it seems like trying to create an online presence for these brick and mortars is sort of what Ryan Cohen is going for. So if he does it, the one who buys it, that's awesome. But again, it's all speculation. So... first name, last name. I had a bad hunch about Bed Bath & Beyond when it first started spreading around online. Didn't bite. But boy, did I get suckered in clove long before Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah. Houston, got to run for now. You always tell a great story. Tell us one so I can watch later and enjoy. Have a great show. Well, hopefully I just did that with Russian want to kill me, man. I mean, we could go into times I've had to kick people out of bars. That's always fun. Yeah, well, I'll save those. All right. Danny Motes, Houston, happy birthday. BBBY seems to be getting delisted. Should we take our 80% loss or hold? What happens next? I did not spend much for my Bed Bath & Beyond. I spent pennies, and it's still worth pennies. So I'm going to see what happens. If some weird things happen over the next 6 weeks, cool. If not, oh well, that's that. There are people, though, who bought at $30. And those people are hosed. I don't think we'll ever get there again. Even with whatever weirdness happens during bankruptcy. I think that's a long shot. So I don't know. I don't know what those folks are going to do other than take a loss. And you can only take $3,000 in loss a year as a write-off, right? So maybe what you need to do is you need to form an LLC. Take all that stock, put it into the LLC, use that as a write-off. Like I spent this much money to create this LLC, and then sell it, and then you can take a huge loss on the LLC. Talk to your accountant about possibly manipulative ways you can do that so that you don't have to take that loss and have it hurt forever. But again, if you take a huge loss, you can roll that $3,000 loss over for years to come, and you can do it that way. And Rolnick, thank you. $343. We've got $657 to go to meet our $1,000 goal. G Font, can you reach out to NextBridge? Perhaps you can get them on the show for investor presentation that is frankly long overdue. I could try. They haven't really been much to talk to the little guys. They've released very few press releases. But we can try. I mean, why not? Come on the show, anybody who currently works at NextBridge, and tell us what's going on. Andrew Taintertot. Okay, long question, but ghost orbs, specifically in cemeteries. I've seen one without a camera before that appeared and vanished about 2 seconds. It was small and green and showed itself right before I threw a snowball at a gravestone when I was a kid. My friend, without me bringing anything up, said she had a blue one hanging around at the cemetery the other day while she was walking through. But it got me thinking, what the F are these things? What explanation can be given? Do you know? I've never heard of a ghost orb, but it sounds like a St. Elmo's fire, a plasma ball. But those only happen during electric storms. But they basically charge, superheats a chunk of air, it ionizes, and you get this plasma ball that floats through until it discharges all the energy into something. So you don't want to like touch it because you will spontaneously human combust if you do. But it will float along until it gets grounded on something and disappears. Let's see if we can find some pictures of some. Let's see here. Here. Okay, St. Elmo's fire. Images. Okay, this is gonna be the movie. Okay, let's just do plasma ball. All right, turn you off. Chrome. Shipping, done. Okay. It'll be things like this guy. This is one. I think this is a video, so we might be able to see it work. So here's a St. Elmo's fire. Does it look like this? It'll go until it discharges in something. Bam, 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 bam. And there it goes. Looks like it's nope, it's still continuing, still discharging. But this is the plasma ball. And that sucker that forest wasn't very green, it could burn the whole thing down. So we got another one. There should be more. I've always wanted to see one. This one? Ball lightning. Here we go. That's just a picture. That doesn't help me at all. I should do videos. Let's do ball lightning. Videos. Minute post, make double clicking sound. I don't see any. Ball lightning, here we go. That's 18 minutes long. Okay, we're not doing that. But anyway, that's likely what you saw. I don't know why it was specifically in a graveyard for you and your friend, but that'd be my guess anyway. Oh, there's a reset of the chat. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jiminius, Houston. What are your thoughts on stem cell treatments? Does it work as well as other treatment forms? If so, why isn't it more popular in the US? I'm not super familiar with all the ways stem cell treatments can happen, but I've seen and read articles on not even using human stem cells, but like pig stem cells, that people who have certain neurodegenerative diseases, they this sounds kind of basic, but they take the top of the head off, they throw a bunch of stem cells in there, put the head back on, and the person is cured of their degenerative disease, Parkinson's or whatever it might be. So, if you guys don't know about stem cells, it's the cells that tell growth to happen. So young kids have them because they're growing. So the cells are like, let's grow, multiply, and make some more. And when you get older, your cells stop regenerating the way they used to. So you get wrinkly and old, and your brain shrinks, and you age. So the idea is that if you introduce stem cells back into the system, it will tell your other cells like, all right, let's regenerate. Let's make some more stuff here. And so degenerative illnesses, certain autoimmune disorders, arthritis, also things like that, all of a sudden will get rebuilt, made whole and new again. And the person's quality of life and their effective age will change. And that's where we have. So I'm all for it. There was a halt done to stem cell research during the Bush administration because they were harvesting stem cells from aborted fetuses, but they found other ways to get them now. They can get them from like umbilical cords and stuff. So that has progressed onwards. But I think there's lots of potential for it to do all sorts of great things. I don't think it's been applied in all those ways, and they have to go through all sorts of FDA approval to get there. But I think it's coming. Big Mac 8000. Houston, what do you think about GTII? They talk a lot about naked shorting, and there's a lot of interesting overlap with MMTLP. It appears some groups shorted both companies. Heard of it? Oh yeah, people talk about GTII in here a lot. I'm not in the GTII play. They had I think it was their data record for their crypto dividend or crypto coupon or whatever it is they're giving out on the 15th of March, or 15th of April. Sorry, 15th of April. And now we're waiting for the distribution and to see what happens. It's pretty analogous, I think, the way the distribution is with Overstock. The official short position on GTII is minuscule. You look at the reported short interest, it's like 5%. But the thresholds list, failure delivers, all that stuff seems to be through the roof. So it seems like a play. But it doesn't have an options chain to it because it's a OTC stock. So I don't really know what's happening with it. I'm sure we'll wait and see. But it did have a big pop in September. Went from pennies to like several dollars. So that was a first mini squeeze. I'm not sure when the next one's going to happen. And Rollingbay, Houston, I am in the midst of a housing crisis. I came home from work and there's a dead snake in my basement, so now I have to move or burn down the house. As Beck says, at least it's dead. Yeah, dead snake, easy peasy. At least it's not the snake sex house that was in Idaho. You guys ever see about that one? Where the millions of snakes would show up and have an orgy? Yeah, this one. The snake house. So, where is... Come on, give me some internet here. I don't want dentures. No, go away. I want dental implants. Here we go. Wait for the stupid commercial to end here. And then we'll show you the snakes. Well, maybe we'll get a better video. Let's do... Idaho Dream Homes Fest with Snakes. Okay. Wait for the ads to finish. Well, you stare at me while the ads are happening because I don't need to pay for other people's ads, right? Get those free ads. No. But instead, we will see a whole bunch of garter snakes have just an insane orgy. So this couple bought a house. It was cheap. They bought it, and snakes started showing up. Totally normal. Like, oh, well, let's call a couple snakes. And then it started being like millions of snakes. And then millions upon millions of snakes. Like, when I say millions of them, I mean coming out of the walls, up the sewer, in the sink, falling out of the ceiling. Just millions and millions and millions of snakes. And they brought exterminators to clean it out, and then the snakes would all come back. Why? because apparently every garter snake in the region, that's where they came to mate. And they've been doing it for like millions of years, and they plunked a house down on top of their sex home. And so it's just millions of them. So they tried selling the house. No one would buy the house. Eventually the house had to be like condemned, and they got insurance payment out of it. But yeah, just snakes everywhere. So be glad that's not your house. At least those are garter snakes, not like rattlesnakes or anything. Just at most they'll like poop on you or something. But absolutely wild. Yeah, just gross. Gross. Monkey butt eats snakes, so she'll take care of it for you. William Lobach, Houston. I'm moving to Pensacola in a month. Are there any good gems, precious metals to hunt in the Panhandle? No. You can get corals. But that's about it. The Panhandle is all sedimentary rock, and it's like fairly recent sedimentary rock, so it hasn't had any time to metamorphise and form other gemstones. Race car went by. But you can go metal detecting on the beaches, and you can get lots of jewelry. There's a crazy guy. Is he still alive? Let's see here. He might be dead. He wasn't in the best health. Let's see here. Matt Madsen. Does he have any recent videos? 15 years, 14 years. Oh! He does have some videos still up. Okay, he's still alive. There's a guy, Matt Madsen. Florida Gold on YouTube. He discovered a Confederate shipwreck in Tampa Bay and had millions of dollars of silver in it. And he used that and he retired. And he spends his time just hunting for things. Treasure hunting. He does mining for diamonds and gold and everything else. But he also goes all over Florida and he finds old Seminole cities and goes along the beaches and finds diamond rings and gold necklaces and tennis bracelets and stuff. But most of his videos are old. And he was like a few years ago, he's in really bad health, and he's old, so I didn't know if he had made it back. But he's got some pretty cool. So you see here. Let's go videos. Yeah, so he's got some. He's doing fishing and stuff. It looks like he's branching out, and he's all sorts of things. But he has lots of stuff with gold and gemstones. If you want to learn about like metal detecting on beaches, he's a dude to find. He'll go out to like Fort Lauderdale after spring break and pull up $40,000 in jewelry off the beach that rich college girls had dropped because they're wearing their $10,000 tennis bracelet and playing in the surf, and then it disappears and he finds it later. But yeah, Florida Gold. They're very informative. He also has like cool videos from 10, 15 years ago about finding gemstones, diamonds, all sorts of things. But it looks like he's gotten really into fishing recently. None of his videos were fishing before. So you got to go back to gold. And shooting muskets apparently. And metal detecting, like he's got waterproof metal detectors, so he goes metal detecting for sunken treasures and all sorts of stuff. He is a bit of a reactionary, and I don't want to say he's racist, but I have a feeling that he is. So be warned that he may say things during his videos where you go, wow, that was really offensive. But you will learn about how to hunt for stuff. So there's that. If you've ever been involved gold mining and you go to like a gold mining forum, they are quite literally the worst people in the entire world. But you will learn how to mine for gold. So you're like, wow, that was hateful and racist. But I learned how to find gold in the soft bank of a river. So there you go. We're at $383 raised for RIP medical debt. Don Caesar Shadem, thank you. Yas, thank you so much. 38.3% of the way there. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left to try and raise the other 600 and change. And we can hopefully close out upwards of $4 million in medical debt with that money. So by all means, tell your friends to jump in. Come on down to the medical debt liquidation warehouse and donate today. So thank you. G-Font, any big plans for episode 300? Not as of yet. People keep reminding me. I keep having to remember to do something about that, and I have not lined anything up yet. Crap. Monkey butt. What should we do? I'll figure out something. I'll figure out something. It'll take like twice as Zyrtec amount, and my brain will work a little more. Dillerman's Wharf, medical debt. Perfect way to keep the poor the way where they're at. Yep. I mean, you generally don't get health insurance in America unless you're working. And if you're not healthy, you're probably not working, which means you don't have health insurance. And if you live in a state that refused the Medicaid expansion during the ACA passage, you may just be shit out of luck in general to get any medical care whatsoever without officially going on disability and receiving Social Security. And every single one of you Americans in here, regardless of how good your insurance is, you are one illness and one rejection from your insurance company from being just absolutely fucked. I don't know if you guys remember the movie. What was the one that Michael Moore did about health insurance? I forget what it's called. But he didn't want to focus on people who weren't insured. He focused on people who were insured. Who, like, a guy got 4 of his fingers removed in an industrial accident, and his insurance will only pay for one of them to be reattached. So he had to pick which of his 4 fingers that got severed that he would reattach, and they wouldn't pay for the other 3. Stuff like that. It's just absolutely silly. So we need to fix our system. I mean, my second or third show ever was all about fixing our healthcare system. I mean, it makes people homeless, right? They get liquidated their assets, have to sell their home, move, whatever, because they owe millions because they just happen to get cancer, right? Or got in a big car accident, or had a heart attack at the wrong time, had to get airlifted, and then $1 million later, they're destitute. So let us donate and clear that medical debt. We've got 183 to 200 of you swarming in and out of here. If every single one of you wanted to donate like $5-10, you can probably clear this sucker out right now. So by all means, donate a couple dollars, help us delete a whole bunch of medical debt, and do it. It's our Charity Tuesday. We have not missed a Charity Tuesday goal yet, so let's get it. The pace is kind of slowed down a bit, but I have faith. Mario Valdez, First Republic Bank going to get seized by U.S. government? Likely. Chris Taylor by Cucker. George in the ass. Yogi, heard Tucker may run as VP to Trump. That might be his best bet. I mean, there was talk that he would primary Trump, but then again, he is on record saying that he hates Trump with every fiber of his being and can't wait for him to be out of the spotlight anymore. So I'm not sure how much pride one can swallow when that is your base level of love for the man. Drew Saul, our healthcare insurance system is a scam. I pay a crap load for premium insurance for my family and still get surprised random bill. Then add in the confusion of in-network, out-of-network. Yeah. They now call it in-network, out-of-network. It was preferred provider before. And I told this story in the past. When I was 18, I had moved down to San Diego because I was going to go to UC San Diego, do engineering, play baseball. And a week before classes started, I woke up in the hospital. And I'd been hit by a car, hit and run. And police never found the guy who hit me. The ambulance, because I was looking like some beach bum who'd been surfing all day, they assumed I didn't have any insurance. They took me to the state hospital rather than the private hospitals just down the road. And Blue Cross Blue Shield, there was a non-preferred provider or out-of-network for Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they refused to pay for it. So at 18 years old, I was stuck with over $40,000 in medical debt and a hell of a head injury and wasn't able to start school in time. And so I lost my baseball scholarship and had to move back to Seattle and bounce around at community college for a while. I was bankrupted at 18 from a hit and run that was not my fault. Somebody nailed me with their car and then took off. And I woke up in the hospital. So this stuff can happen to anyone. I read the other day about a doctor whose own health insurance listed him as out of network. So he would not be allowed to go to himself because his health insurance was like, yeah, he's out of network. It's stupid. It is a stupid system. Our system is so dumb and it is so expensive, and it just wastes so much time and energy and money and ingenuity and investment. We've got 800,000 doctors in the United States and 2.2 million medical administrators. This is people at hospitals and those who facilitate insurance companies. And we don't need them. We can have a single payer system. We can have a national healthcare system, eliminate all of the billing, eliminate all of the insurance actuators, eliminate pretty much those 2.2 million jobs. And if we were to do that, and we have a national system similar to NHS in Canada or the national system in NHS in England or Great Britain, the national system in Norway or France or Canada, we would save on average $15,000 a year per worker. So that's companies and individuals saving $15,000 a year per worker on insurance alone. And we'd have the same level of care. If we adopted the NHS style system, and NHS is not ideal. Like, there's better ways of doing it. You can always throw more money at it, but everyone's covered. Our cost per citizen would come to a total of around 1.4 trillion a year, which is about 2 trillion less than we're paying right now. So basically, the amount of money we spend in taxes on Medicaid and Medicare comes to about 1.4 trillion. So what we're paying just for Medicaid and Medicare in the current system would theoretically be enough to cover the whole of the citizenry in the United States. So our taxes wouldn't go up. Not only would our taxes not go up, but our cost of living would go down and companies would make way more in profit. So I've always wondered why, like, General Motors and Amazon and Microsoft, these huge employers, don't jump on board nationalizing the healthcare system, because they would make so much money. I forget what the exact stat was, but I looked it up, and Microsoft each year spends something like $3 to $5 billion on insurance for their employees. Can you imagine not having to spend $3 to $5 billion a year on insurance for employees, and that money would go back to shareholders? Wow! Talk about fantastic return on investment, right? So why aren't these big companies lobbying to get rid of the private healthcare system? It's so dumb. Think about our school systems, right? You look at like the average cost per student around the world to teach, and especially in the modern world, Western Europe, Japan, Singapore, and it comes out to, around $10,000 a student per year. And the United States is right up there. But all those other countries have universal healthcare systems. So in the United States, that $10,000 a year per student, 30% of it is health insurance for school employees. So if you remove that health insurance, all of a sudden we're paying $7,000 a year per student, and we are in the bottom rung of modern nations. So if we had national healthcare system, we could keep the $10,000 a year per student and use that for more teachers, better facilities, better programs. We would all of a sudden basically boost the investment in our schools by 30% overnight by doing so. But instead we've got a system that has 76%, a million bankruptcies a year. 76% of all bankruptcies are dedicated or are due to medical bills. And let's say that you get hit by a car, you get, I don't know, some disease, cancer, whatever, and it costs millions of dollars and you die, right? What happens to that debt? Guess what? It's your family's debt now. Ha ha! So good luck, you didn't have life insurance or whatever. Good luck paying for anything, because the health insurance companies are like, well, I'm going to take your car, I'm going to take all your investments, I'm going to take everything that would be given to your family to help them survive your death, and it belongs to the hospital now because fuck you, that's why. And that's the system we're in. So I would gladly exchange our entire system for a single payer system. You will. I guarantee every single solitary person in this chat, all 200 of you right now, at some point in your life will be screwed over by a private insurance. And it will just, if it doesn't ruin your day, it might ruin your life. So you might be like, well, I've got fantastic insurance now. Cool. What happens if you get fired, laid off? Your company goes bankrupt, right? Now you don't have any insurance. You got zip, zero, dip, doodle, nothing. So what then, right? Hawaii made it so because, insurance is mostly tied to employers. But in Hawaii, if you work part-time, 20 hours a week, your employer has to cover your insurance. So they actually have fantastic insurance in Hawaii. And there are homeless people that work as dishwashers that are living in their cars that have fantastic insurance. So, that might be a Band-Aid for the system. But I think ultimately, if we want to make sure America is great again, we're going to have to take every single executive at an insurance company and drown them in the bathtub and just start over. Just nationalize the whole thing. And in my original show, we talked about how 55% of the homeless have psychosis. And homeless people don't have insurance. Why? Because they don't have homes. They don't have mailing addresses. How are you going to insure somebody who doesn't have a home? They can't receive anything. And then the rest have trauma, addiction, all sorts of problems that can only be treated in a medical way, right? They either need drugs to fix their psychosis, they need rehab treatment to treat their addiction, they need behavioral therapy, cognitive or dialectic behavioral therapy to focus on the trauma and to help heal those wounds that they've suffered. And all that takes money, and that money has to come from insurance. And if there's no insurance, then they don't get the help they need. And then they just are a plague of homeless on the street, and you get generational homelessness. So let's, do what we can now, which is nuke this, medical debt. Donate today. We're 41.3% of the way there. We're getting so close to halfway, and we can at least help alleviate some of the issues that are happening with people. So Patrick McDermott, thank you. Ashley Fontaine, thank you. Ron Parks, thank you so much. You guys are helping out. I bet we've crossed the ability to clear $1 million in medical debt at this point with the $400 that we've raised, which is just crazy to think about. That in the end, the collection agencies are willing to let it go so cheap because they know they won't be able to collect on a lot of these people. They're just going to declare bankruptcy or whatever. So we're saving people from having to declare bankruptcy, and we're clearing this debt. And I want to thank you guys for jumping in and doing that. Okay. Wheatwild, happy Independence Day. We're 75 today. Oh, it's Israeli Independence today. I did not know that was today's date. Well, all right. Tulip, Houston, Bed Bath & Beyond delisted, down 25% after hours. So it's going to get real cheap. And so we're 6 weeks to find out if there's a savior or if it's going to disappear forever. So, Alex Hansen Michelson. Anna, we have a snake crisis too. I pulled out 4 out of our basement in the last 2 weeks. I think there's a nest under our sidewalk. Uh-oh. You might have yourself a sex den. A snake sex den. Oops. Time to get put that foam filler or whatever they do in that stuff. Jim One Irons, Houston. When can all the honest, ethical, upstanding shorts begin to take their money from Bed Bath & Beyond? If Bed Bath & Beyond goes into bankruptcy, liquidates all their stores, no longer exists, and their stock gets delisted entirely from all exchanges, then all the naked shorts win. Then they won. That's where it is. So we're waiting to see what happens with bankruptcy. And if there's a savior, naked shorts are screwed. If there's a savior, naked shorts win. So I'm not sure if it's 50-50. I'm not sure how much pressure on the scale is coming from what side on that one. But yeah. Anxiety Lord tried to donate, but Singapore won't let me. They have a crazy scam laws here, among others. Count me on $50 when I get back. Today is last full day. P.S. No pool this trip. Too busy and poor. Okay. All right. Slayer J. 1, thank you. Vera Nokum, thank you. All right. $438. We got $562 to go. We can do it. We can do it, folks. PG, thank you so much. All right. Boom. That's going to push us almost the halfway mark. You guys are awesome. Cred. And that just... Okay, there's snakes in the basement. There we go. Singapore. Chris Alves, can you tell me anything about spectrolite, some rock mineral found in Finland? Someone asked about spectrolite before. I can't remember exactly. Oh, it looks like a labradorite. It's a labradorite. Yeah. Type of labradorite. So it's a Finnish labradorite. That's not it. That's not it either. So yeah, it's this stuff. It's labradorite. It's just the name for it in Finland. It's cool. It's got iridescence, kind of like an oil sheen iridescence. You can spend a fortune and get labradorite counters. So let's see, how much is this? It's $183 what per square foot per what slab, agate, stone? How big? How big? Select the size. Yeah. So less than a foot, 183. So if you want to do a big one, that's actually pretty cheap for an 8 foot. That's not bad at all. Or sorry, yeah, 8 foot. So you get 8 foot slab for $6,000 for labradorite slab. That's pretty awesome. I will definitely be having labradorite countertops when I am Moas rich. I will invest in that all day long. But yeah, it's a type of labradorite, which is a plagioclase, I believe. And it's silicate and crap. I gotta go. Labradorite chemical structure. It is aluminum silicate. That's right. So aluminum silicate. Yeah, first identified in Labrador, Canada. But it's been found elsewhere in the world. And it's related to sunstone. So it's the same type of minerals you'd get like an Oregon sunstone. It's just the way it got cooked differently. And it's a crystalline structure in Oregon. It has copper inclusions in it. So, yeah. But yeah, that's spectrolite. It's cool. You get a good quarry of it and you can become a billionaire. There was a story about a former baseball player who, when he retired, bought a farm for like his dad and family. And I want to say Connecticut. Like they bought a big farm in Connecticut, a huge chunk of land for a small state like Connecticut, and ended up having a labradorite outcrop. And all of a sudden, that farm they bought for millions because it's East Coast land was worth like $1 billion in just labradorite. Drew Saul, your Russian accent reminds me of FPS Russia, one of the OG YouTubers. Interesting documentary on him. Some Rust Belt American who created this fictional person for YouTube. Oh, you like fake Russian accents, huh? Anarolnik, Houston, what industries are good investments during a financial downturn crisis? As I've always said, people go to bars and celebrate when times are good, and then they go to bars to drown their sorrows when times are bad. So booze always seems to work out great as an investment, whether times are good or bad. Let's see here. I don't know. Collections agencies. Reverse ETFs. Man, my voice is failing. Casey Chapman, thank you. Anonymous, thank you. We're across the 50% threshold. We're at $503 raised. So fantastic. I wonder, I should probably put an announcement that we're halfway there and see if we can get more people to jump in and donate. We have raised over $500 to our $1,000 goal for RIP medical debt for our Charity Tuesday show. Get in and help out. Paste. That's there. Doink. Space. Tweet it. There we go. All right. Hope we get some more folks in here. Get some more folks in here and get to that $1,000 goal. All right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, industries. Other things invested during financial downturns. Repo companies, auction houses. What other ones happen to do well when the economy does badly? Movie theaters, apparently. I was reading that the other day that every time we have a big downturn, movie theater business goes up because people can't afford vacations, but they can't afford to go to the movies. So that helps. Temp agencies, maybe? A lot of people going to temp agencies, using temp workers because they can't afford full-time ones. I don't know. Probably drugs. People like drugs. So invest in crack dealers or something. All right. Honey Horse, 3.8 million AMC holders. Oh, Honeybee Love Farm Noodle Factory. Yeah, the Chancery Court revealed this, like 3.8 million AMC investors, which means we've lost about 300,000 over the last 2 years. It sounds like it's going to be a very slow pace at the Chancery Court. That we're waiting for hearings to happen in like June. Although the lawyer for AMC wants to speed things up. The judge says you have to put that stuff in official filings to get anything sped up. So maybe there might be some action in the coming weeks, but if not, the hearing scheduled, I think, for like June 5th or something. So, and remember, this is a lawsuit over AMC sold a whole bunch of stock to Antera. And it turns out it's more than 20% of the holdings in the company got sold to Antera. And there was a rule in the charter that says AMC board has to get permission from shareholders to sell more than 20% of the company to one outfit. So shareholders sued saying, hey, they weren't allowed to do that. And the judge went, yeah, drugs, I don't think they were allowed to do that. But then a settlement came about and they agreed to the settlement. And the judge was like, I can't agree to that settlement because I've been made privy to legal actions by the board. And this would basically like ignore those illegal actions. He made me aware of it, so I can't ignore it now. So the settlement is out the window. I don't know what's going to happen now as a result. But basically, since there's millions of other investors, 3.8 million of them, they would all have to sign off on the investment on the agreement, and that seems kind of impossible to do. So, anyway, I talked about this 4 months ago. Antera is a short. They are a hedge fund, and they make their money off of shorting other companies. Yes, they've got bonds. Yes, they do IPOs. Yes, they do all sorts of things. But the bulk of their money is off of shorting companies. And it was revealed today or yesterday that Antera has a sizable short position in AMC. I told you. Crystal ball. We're looking at crystal ball. And I told you they were short. And it turns out they were short. So you can't trust those hedge funds. You just can't trust them. So you can't trust the hedge funds. They'll be playing both sides, And whatever side has the path of least resistance, they will steamroll that sucker and go that way. And right now, the path of least resistance is destroying AMC. So they're going to go that way. They've made their money off their investment from buying the shares. So they're just going to sell them all now and they'll short the hell out of the company. That's what I think is going to happen. Cloud K20. I always hear people going overseas for better stem cell treatments. Yeah, other nations don't quite have the restrictions on stem cells that the United States does. So yeah, there's people who will go and get treatments in other nations that have modern medical systems. Specifically because they don't have as many anti-abortion people stymieing the research into stem cells. Don Caesar Shadem, Lost Wave. Check out Last Wave by They Might Be Giants. It's one of a handful of dark apocalyptic songs that I've written since the last guy who was president. I love They Might Be Giants. They're fantastic. Javi A. Good day, Houston. Did you see No Labs running yesterday? Sold it all and got back 30 cents cheaper. Is there a reason why it ran? They are having their data from their initial human trials published in a peer-reviewed journal. Basically saying, like, this is what we did. We're awesome. You guys suck. Which was a White Diamond or whatever that guy lives in his basement that was wrote the paper about shorting No Labs. Said, these guys have no evidence that what they have works. And now we've got a peer-reviewed article coming out showing exactly how it works and why it works. And that it works really, really, really well. Next stop, and I saw Ron last Wednesday. He's the executive producer on the sitcom that Scott directed. So he was at the showing last Wednesday, and he said, "Hey, I got the paper publishing, and next step is we're making a wearable mock-up of the device, and we're going to test that next." So it's coming, baby. It's coming. So No Labs is doing well. Christopher Monastersky, thank you. We're at $523 raised. We're over halfway. We've got $477 to go to get to our $1,000 goal. And that $1,000 can hopefully clear $2 to $4 million in debt. Just imagine, that's like 4 people who got brutalized by cancer. Their lives could be over. They may have passed away and now there's $1 million in debt stuck on their poor surviving family members, right? That could clear the way to wipe out the medical debt and save 4 families right there, just $1,000. Save 4 whole families. So by all means, please donate. Please help out. Our Charity Tuesdays, we've had 23 successful Charity Tuesdays. We've raised over $40,000 over the last 2 years on Charity Tuesday. Let's keep it going. Let's help folks out. Monkey, what are you looking for? I'll tell you what. From this point forward, for every $100 we raise going forward, Monkey Butt will get 1 meat strip. Right? Do you want 1 meat strip, Monkey? Is that what you want? High five? Come on, high five? High five? There we go. See, the dog will high five. She high fives. For every $100 you raise from this point forward to the end of the show, Monkey will get a meat strip. So when we get to $628, that's a meat strip for this dog who's staring at me right now. You don't want to deprive the dog of a meat strip, of some sort of factory-produced, squished beef deliciousness. No, you want this cute, adorable thing to get her meat strips, right? Give me another high five, Monkey. Come up here, give me another high five. Another high five. Another one. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. That's so adorable. How can you deny this sweet 7.5-year-old dog her meat strips by not donating to our rest in peace medical debt today? Play the sad music from Tori Amos for those commercials. And I want to thank everybody who's donated so far, but we got at least $472 to go. So Chris Holcomb, thank you. Thank you for jumping in there. Down Caesar Shadem, damn it, I have to go. I complained about your show being too late night, and the irony is, for the last month, I made it to the after dark ones and not the afternoon ones. I don't want to tell you, man. I bounce around the showtime simply because my schedule is never nailed down, and also it gives different people around the world the chance to jump in and see the show. So she's just staring at me now. She knows you guys have to donate to get her meat strips, and she's just staring at me. I don't even know if I can get the monkey in there. You can't even see. Her head's like right there. See a little nose? Can you a little nose come up here? Can you a little nose come up here? Come on. Bring your little nose up here. There you go. There she is in her monkey cam. Yeah, okay. Yeah, come up here. Come up here. And stare at me from here. There you go. Stare at me right there. And everyone can see your sad eyes. And she desperately wants her meat strips. So if you want Monkey Butt to have meat strips, then you're going to. She's looking at me. She's looking at the meat strip. She's looking at me. She's looking at the meat strips. She needs you to donate. She needs you to donate today. Look at this. Look at this creature. Look at this sad creature who needs her meat strips, right? You need your meat strips, right? You can't go without them. So, by all means, help people with their medical debt and donate to our charity today. Okay. Chris Holcomb, good dog needs meat strips. She does. She's a good dog and she needs meat strips. So, get us that $400 more and she'll get 4 whole meat strips today. Ron Johnson, what are your thoughts on Stephen Greer and his UFL intel? He says he advised several presidents that the tech is real. Nuclear testing in the 40s, 50s caused UFO crashes. I mean, I've seen lots of like little documentaries. He's been interviewed. I don't know what to believe when it comes to those dudes. I have no doubt that there's special operations that happen in skunk works types planes that go on, because I've seen one that definitely was a human being and definitely was a ship, a jet, a plane, whatever, that I'd never seen before or since, and can't explain how it worked. Talked about before, Snakehead Canyon in Utah, this black thing flew down the canyon pretty slow enough that it can make the turns. And I'm sitting on the canyon rim eating cereal. And the dude flies past me, locks eyes with me, or his black mask, goggles, lock eyes with me, and he waved as he flew by silently in this contraption. This was 2003? 2003. So, I've seen weird things. There's definitely programs out there that the government will not tell you about and defense contractors will not tell you about. So, PG, thank you so much. I would say another $28, a monkey gets a meat strip. So let's get that monkey a meat strip. Yeah. We're 60% of the way to our goal. We've got 40 or so minutes left in the show before I have to run away. So let's get there. Let's do it, folks. Come on, you guys. High five. And Roland Houston, any new news with Sears? Not since that last filing I saw, which was interesting because Eddie Lampert says he was done. He's not going to file anymore. But then he filed some more. Basically like, man, the people who have bonds are owed money. But he was like citing a whole bunch of debt that got cleared out by the bankruptcy like 5 years ago. He's like, look at all this money they owe. And all that money they owed was on, leases that don't exist anymore. So the court's like, no, that stuff's gone. So he's trying to maximize as much as possible because Eddie Lampert bought up all the shares. He bought up all the bonds cheap. And he's trying to get paid as much as he can out of the assets from Sears. And the way everything was settled out in the winter was that Sears liquidates and they got $5 billion that they're going to liquidate. And then there's $1 billion or so left over of bonds that to pay off. And then that $4 billion should go to the shareholders. $4+ billion should go to the shareholders. And Eddie Lampert's trying to take every last drop of that $4+ billion. So we'll see what happens with that. I have a feeling that the bankruptcy court might be kind of a little tired of Eddie Lampert at this point. And they may just be like, all right, we're done. You liquidated. Eddie Lampert, you got your money out of this. Everyone else can get their money out of this. And we're just going to close this up. So, but again, like we thought this was over and he just keeps milking it. Like somebody just go step on Eddie Lampert's toes, please. Just go step on his toes, tell him to shut up and be done with this so the rest of us can like get some enjoyment out of our shares. Yeah. Don says, Shadem Anna, my Sears stock currently says $0 in Dr. Brokers. I wish I knew what that's about. Not a forced close, still own my shares. I haven't looked at mine in a while. I have mine in my Schwab account because Schwab will let you do anything. Okay. Where'd you go, Schwab? There you are. Yep. Log it. Come on. Log in. Tell me. Where are you at, Sears? Yeah, Sears is at 0 on mine too. So no more trading, no more expert market. It is give me the specifics, you dickbag. There's not even a graph for it anymore. So here we sit. We sit and we wait and we see what happens. So if you're in it, you're stuck in it now, waiting for that bankruptcy court to finally finish whatever it is it finishes. Okay. Ron Johnson Greer also used my term travel at the speed of thought in his interview with Sean Ryan. I've not seen his interview with Sean Ryan, so I'll have to check that out. Sean Ryan, interview, Greer. Put that on the old list. Sean Ryan, Greer, UFOs. Okay. It's on the list. Ironic, Don says $0 for a while, but waiting to disperse assets to shareholders. Yeah. Daniel Bernard, Houston. What does option position move to OTC as well? Do you think BBBY moving there will be a decent return? It's only a decent return if there's a savior. If there's no savior, then BBBY is BBBB gone. So if they don't have a buyer by like the first week of June, that's it. They won't exist anymore. So it is a definite crapshoot zone happening right now. They did say they've got two groups interested in buying. So they got two people who want it. They just got to make sure that those who hold the bonds will allow them to do it, and that's why they're moving into bankruptcy, so that they can discharge a lot of debt and force the renegotiation of a lot of debt, which otherwise wouldn't happen. So that Freeman dude, he might be SOL on his credit default swaps. Decatur Raw, happy birthday. What do you think about BBBY chance of success being the price is so low that all of us as a collective group could buy BBBY? Not financial advice either. Monkey butt. I mean, I'll be honest. If it moves down to like single digits, I might get 10,000 shares just to see what happens, right? Because if it does do weird stuff, you can get 10,000 shares for $100, $200, right? Get on a penny, and someone comes out of nowhere and buys the whole company. Weird things can happen. So it might be. It's all gambling at this point, though. It's pure speculative gambling. I don't know if the odds are in our favor at all. So to each their own. Best of luck, but it is straight gambling at this point. Michael Steegs, Houston. 2 trading days ago, GME was at $20.50, and Webull was showing bullish on the daily. Also, Max Payne is showing $21 right now, and right now we're at 19. Shows everything is manipulated. Yeah, we got 3 more days to get it to $21. Maybe, for those who don't know what Max Payne is when you're in between the puts and you're in between the calls. And so the price right there is the least number of calls and puts that are expiring in the money. And that is the like optimal price for the stock to be so that everyone can hedge their bets, right? And so there's a goal that every Friday you want to close at Max Payne. And so there's a push to drive the price one way or the other to get to Max Payne. So you can buy a weekly call at $21 or something. And if Max Payne is where the stock price is going to go, there's a good chance you can get it. So if you're playing weeklies, that's something to look at. Again, gambling. It's all gambling. Logic Dustbin, thank you so much. We're at 604. Monkey, you're $24 away from getting a meat strip. $24 away from getting a meat strip. And we can help out those who are burdened with awful, awful, awful medical debt. So, come on. Look at that sad dog. She's just over here. She's so sad and depressed. Look at her. She didn't get her meat strip yet. And she's just, that's a sad little buddy right there. She wants a meat strip. And you guys want to get her a meat strip, right? I know you do. I know you want to help those who need it and get a dog a meat strip at the same time. So it's Charity Tuesday. We've got half an hour to raise $396 and get this dog some meat strips. Michael Steegs, Houston. Here in the Netherlands, one TV company is going to lose its license on public TV after they lied 3 times and were fined for that. Why isn't this in the U.S.? It kind of used to be. We used to have something called the Fair Practices Act, which meant if you were a broadcaster and during your news segments, your what do they call the morning shows on Sundays? They got to do the public service shows for an hour a week to be able to maintain a broadcast license. They used to have to, for every time one side of an issue was mentioned, they had to bring in an expert to mention the other side of an issue, and they could not do that otherwise. It had to be equal time for equal things. So a lot of news organizations stayed away from the politics of situations, because if you discuss the politics of a situation, you'd have to bring experts from both sides, and that would take issue and time and money and all that stuff. So they just went straight news. Like, this is what's happening in the world. So yada yada yada. When Reagan got rid of the Fair Practices Act in the 80s, this allowed these cable companies, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, to sort of become propaganda networks to produce information from one side of the spectrum. And there was no check on if they were lying or not, because there was no equal time required. So, if one guy says this thing that's untrue, this other guy is required to come on and be like, that's not true. This is bullshit. And this is why. That's kind of where we're at with that. So, yeah, the U.S. broadcast license need to have a little more teeth in them, and we need to bring back the Fair Practices Act, I think. Darren Saunders donated $20. Monkey, you're $4 away from a meat strip. $4 away from a meat strip, buddy. So close. So close to one meat strip. Iggy Lemon. Oops, I just lost Iggy. There we go. Microsoft has some amazing insurance. Unfortunately, most of that is probably going towards trying to boost your own behavioral health if you don't get lucky on getting into a good department. Yeah. Lee Meadows, hey Houston. My average on BBBY is 30 cents. In your opinion, do you think it will get there or go higher again? My average is like 27 cents right now. It's much lower than that. Where is BBBY after hours? It's at 20 cents right now. After hour, 20 cents at close. After hours, it dropped as low as 13. It's kind of settling around 14 cents. So it's losing. We're heading towards that single digits. I think there'll be several days of much, much, much lower prices. And if there's a savior buyer that comes in, the stock price on that thing's going to jump so high, so quick. And it might only be temporary. On just the news of a buyer would cause that stock price to rocket, and the buyer might just be picking up bye bye baby, and that's it. And they take that and they're out, and the stock price comes right back down again on that news. But the news of it would cause it to rocket in a way that would, I think, could get back to 30 cents. If there is no buyer, then we're all doomed. We're all doomed. But we crossed the threshold. One meat strip coming up. One meat strip. Oh my God. Monkey, you've earned it. You get 1 meat strip. There you go. Okay. We have $94 more, and we can get Monkey Butt a 2nd meat strip. That's it. You just get 1 today. You just get 1. You got to wait for them to pay you more. Just 1. You can high five me, though. Yeah? High five. There you go. Look at that good dog. What a good dog. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, everybody, let's get Monkey Butt 3 more meat strips. 3 more. At least 3 more. She will love you forever. You'll be her heroes. Okay. People spending my life savings on a rock slab countertop. Yeah. Rich people, man. That's a lovely countertop. I could forgive $20 million in medical debt with that countertop. Tindy Baron tweets, Bed Bath & Beyond delisting notice happened. Stops trading on 5/3. So May 3rd, so that's next week, it stops trading entirely. So if you have Bed Bath & Beyond at that point, that's it. It's going to sit there and do nothing. Iggy Lamone, if you're going to be stupid rich, why not aim for labradorite flooring? It'd be the flex of flexes on Bainbridge. I'd walk on that. I have no idea what cleaning it is like. None. But yeah, I'd totally walk on that flooring. Steve Houston, do you think GME has something up their sleeve like NFT in the works? At the moment, no. I don't. I honestly don't know what GME has in the works, other than the fact that they need to expand into new markets to increase their earnings, their revenue. So, Christmas numbers, fantastic. They need to broaden their market share across other markets in order to grow their base. They stripped away the expenses. They got rid of the debt. They've streamlined the store by closing ones that don't perform very well. They've got steady revenue stream, but they need growth. And that growth will come probably from consuming other companies and moving into their realms. So that's what I'm looking at for them. Quantum Shore. Is this like collections unit for hospital directly, or just money goes some scumbag collector? I'm not sure exactly where they get it from. Probably scumbag collectors and hospital collections. They probably bid on the hospital collections process as well. RIPmedicaldebt.org. Okay. For every $100 donate, $10,000 minimum medical debt gets cleared. Let's go to about. How it works. Okay, you make a donation. Use dialing notice to pinpoint the debt of those most in need. Households that earn less than 4 times federal poverty rates. Various family whose debt 5% more in annual income. RIP buys medical debt at a steep discount. We buy debt in bundles, millions of dollars at a time, at a fraction of the original cost. It means your donation receives about 100x on its value of medical debt. To wipe out medical debt. So they looks like they go to the bidding process. So they bid against the collection agencies to buy the debt and delete it. That's what it looks like. So there you go. Fantastic. Where I lost my spot. Oh, Chud McGruff. Hi. Did you vote no against all the proposals for the Be Big investor meeting? I sure did. I did. I voted no on everything. I was like, no. I did. I voted no on everything. Those people are a bunch of dorks, and they ruin everything. Anthony Duncalf, evening from UK. Is hay fever you're suffering with? Oh, dude, I am suffering so bad. It's not hay fever because it's not the hay yet. It is cedar pollen. Tree pollen destroys me, and I am just a giant walking snotball. That's what I am. So, yeah. So we stalled at $638. We got 20-something minutes left. Come on, guys. Don't make this the first one we fail at, because Monkey still needs 3 strips of meat. Come on, we can do it. We got 200 of you in here. That's $2 each. $2 each from you folks in here. That's enough to get us to our to where we need to be, and Monkey Butt can have her 3 strips of meat. Three whole strips of meat for the dog. Come on, guys. Come on. I have to do another tweet. I'm gonna do another tweet. Our $362 from our goal for every 100 raised monkey butt gets a strip of meat. Control send. Let's get it out there. Okay. It's into the Twitterverse again. We gotta raise that money. Can help out the monkey butt. Help out the sick people. Help everybody. Help my hay fever. Help something. Rob Murphy, monkey is a Catahoula, right? She is half Catahoula, half Whippet. So, Anonymous, thank you. Pushing us closer. Oh boy. Yeah, she's half Catahoula, half Whippet. So she's a little smaller than most Catahoulas. They're usually in 80, 90 pound range. She's like 65 to 70 pounds, but crazy fast. Anxiety Lord, by $50 would have put us over the meat strip threshold. I need to get a VPN. Monkey Butt, hear that? VPNs for meat strips. Chris Alvarez, I know this has been covered to oblivion and back, but is Acme partially responsible for the canceled deleted thing, or did they not have to approve what FINRA changed? They're not responsible at all for what FINRA wrote in their corporate action. So that corporate action is entirely FINRA. MMTLP had nothing to do with it. Scott Lumley, Houston. Do you find it interesting that that all you can buy now 777 shares of MAP for $147.63? I can't talk about Acme Parent Company, but if I were to talk about Acme Parent Company, I would say they need a sales team, and they need a sales team bad. So anyone at Acme Parent Company is listening. Get a sales team. Sell some shit. That's what you need to do. That's your business. You make things and you got to sell things. So you make the things. Now you got to sell them. If you make the things and don't sell them, then you're no longer going to be able to make the things. So make the things and then sell the things. So get some sales bros. Get the douchiest sales bros in the entire world who high five and glad hand and keg stand and, destroy hotel rooms, whatever. Get as many of them as possible. Have them do their job, which is sell stuff. And then there you are. So make the things and then sell the things. Make the things, sell the things. That's what I have to say they have to do. Fabrizio, plop. Chris Holcomb, thoughts on Acme Parent Company bottoming? At this point, if they don't sell the things, they're going to be bottoming very, 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 very far. They've got until September to get their price above $1. So if they just make some sales, they go, hey, we made some sales. And that price goes back up again. Jamaican, come on. Hey, Houston, happy birthday. I really like the show you had with Randall Cornett. Really informative. You guys had good talking points. Can I look forward to another chat with him in the near future? Of course. I'd love to have Randall on again. So, yeah. We have to wait for more interesting things to happen with some banks. We'll bring him back on again, probably. Maybe we'll bring him on and talk about First Federal getting vaporized by the FDIC here coming up. I'm not your friend. All right, we're almost $700, monkey. We're 68.3% of the way to go. We've got 17, 18 minutes until I've got to run away. So we got to raise $317. We raised $317 like the first 5 minutes of the show. We can raise $317 in the last 15 to 20 minutes of the show, right? We can do it. And we can get another $36 or whatever, and Monkey Butt $46, and Monkey Butt gets another meat strip. So, yeah, right. She's on the floor. She's on the floor crying. She's like, "Oh, I want more meat strips." So come on, don't make this sad dog happy. Oh, the cat wants in. That's what's happening. You cat? Yep. Here, come on. Let him in. Monkey butt, let him in. Come on. Come on, cat. Where everybody's going out. I don't know what's happening, but whatever. Coming in, cat? There we go. Coming back in, monkey? No? All right, monkey's going elsewhere. She's giving up on you guys. Get in here, monkey. There we go. Okay. Cat's in, monkey's in, everybody's in. Anonymous, thank you so much. Oh, the cat's hitting the microphone, knocking it around. Let's get the microphone back in here. Okay, there's the microphone. Okay. And hitting the camera. So let's focus on the dog toys. Okay, 703, monkey. $25 to go, and you get another meat strip. One more meat strip for $25. RVing happens. Houston, do you think Adam, the car salesman Aaron, does any more theater showings with general public? Right now, it would be ballsy because they're yelling at him now at these things. So Silverback is apparently having to watch his back at the moment. Anonymous, thank you so much. Oh, monkey. $15. Another meat strip's coming. $15. Okay. Stuart Estreen, eat the rich. Eat the rich indeed. Hoshi Gaming. When MOAS happens, I'm going to buy up medical debt and make a nice bonfire, inviting all those individuals and having them roast hot dogs on top of it. Closing the cycle. That's fantastic. JR, $5 more, monkey. No, $10 more, and monkey butt gets another meat strip. Stuart Estreen, socialized medicine will eliminate medical debt. It will. And I'm all for single payer healthcare. I think it helps businesses in general. Like if you were an investor, you don't want to be spending your money on health insurance. You want to be spending your money on improving your company, better improvements for R&D and expanding the other. Oh my goodness. Anonymous, JR, Squamps, and Talvin 4 all donated. Monkey, that's 2 meat strips. We just crossed 2 meat strips right here. 2 meat strips for the monkey butt. Oh my gosh. We got at least 1 more meat strip to go. At least 1 more meat strip to go. If not 2 more meat strips. All right, come here. Yeah, is that what you want? Oh, she wants it so bad. She wants it so bad. Should I put one in the face cam? One right there in the face cam. There we go. Okay. We are now $162 away from our goal. If we get to if we cross $928, that's another meat strip. If we cross beyond the $1,000, that'll be a second. You can get a total of 5 meat strips today if that's the case. We can just fatten you up for slaughter, buddy. How's that? Yeah? Oh, licking those lips. She's so excited. She's so excited. So Anonymous, JR, Squamps, and Talvin 4, thank you so much for pushing that over. Oh boy. And JR donated again. Oh buddy. Oh buddy, it's $850 even right there. So $150 to go. Woo! It's gonna be down to the wire. We got 13 to 15 minutes ish left. I'll have to run away. I lost my spot again. Oh, Lee Meadows' Bed Bath & Beyond earnings report is tomorrow before market open, just FYI. I'm sure it's going to be really terrible. I'm sure it's going to be like, well, there's a reason why I declared bankruptcy. It's here in our earnings report this morning. So the price is probably going to go even lower from there. Yes. Okay. Chicago Transit Minority, could Acme parent company be a merger and acquisition target? They could be. But they've been doing most of the acquiring. They spent a lot of money on acquiring other companies with tech in the nanotech sphere, metamaterial sphere. Now they just need sales bros. They need sales bros, and that's just get some sales bros. Get some sales bros, Acme. Get some sales bros. Chalupa. Oh, they got a black cat one. I didn't know that was a black cat. How do you do that? I don't know how to make anything happen. Oh, there's an emoji thing on there. What? Oh. I can do emojis. I can put Monkey Butt Emperor on there. There's the Monkey Butt Emperor. Emperor Palpatine. Ah, magic. Okay. All right. There we go. I didn't know I could do that. So the chat now has a Monkey Butt Emperor on there. Squamp, selfishly, there was more about Monkey Butt getting extra meat, but fuck Michael Dead. All hail kitties and doggos. Thank you. Thank you. JR refuses to see a Charity Tuesday fail. So here we are. Here we are. $850. We have $150 to go. $150 to go. And we have met our goal. So that means the 188 currently watching right now, we've been floating around 180 to 210 today in viewership. All you have to do is each donate $1. And we cross the threshold. We get Monkey Butt 2 strips out of that. 2 whole strips. If everyone here just donates $1 right now. Donate $1 right now. You get Monkey Butt 2 strips of meat. We meet our goal for RIP medical debt. We clear a boatload of medical debt with that money. And you guys get the pats in the back, all the good stuff. So yeah, Monkey's just like, she's like at my feet now, just waiting. She's gonna happen again. See, JR just donated $1. So we only need another 170 of you to donate $1. Come on, you guys can do it. You can do it. Rave 51, $149 to go. I've reached the end of the chat too, so I'm just stream of consciousness here. SJs, come on, everyone, almost there. We're so close. We're so close. I'll even show you cat nipples. You want to get us to there? I will show you cat nipples. Monkey Butt will get meat. You'll get cat nipples. It'll be a great thing for all of us involved. Right? Who doesn't like cat nipples and seeing dogs eat meat? I don't know. I don't want to rain your parade, but I enjoy that very much. Okay. Plus you'll save me from having to talk more with all the allergic reactions I'm having right now. So, Monkey Butt. Can we do a push raffle again? We could do a post raffle. I don't think I have. Oh no, I do. I do still have everybody on here. Okay. Wait, how about this? We'll do a puzzle raffle. So I made a puzzle in of the poster. I have we have a Houston HWAP dot shopify.com. Is that where I am? No, I can't. Where I lost my. Oh, whoops! Because I forgot the H in there. There, that should do it. Okay, there we are. Okay, go there. Click on this. Scroll down. So I did. Oh, maybe I haven't done the puzzle yet. Crap. Okay. That's right. I was trying to do it, and then the program was being weird. So the poster. I have a puzzle version I'm trying to do. This is the one I owe Leo B. I owe Leo B one of these ones right here. And I'll do a raffle. I'll do a raffle on Wednesday tomorrow. And you'll get a 500-piece puzzle of this poster that Jorge made for us. And how's that? How's that sound? I got to make a list. Where is paper from the printer. Now I gotta write down names. And we're at 9:27. $1 away for another meat strip, monkey. Okay. All right. So, Dillerman. This could be now me just writing down names for a few minutes while we try to get to our $1,000 goal. Okay, so Dillerman. Leo B. Leo B has a chance to win everything. Leo B. Chris Taylor. And then SJ, the hero right now. Anonymous. No, not anonymous. Josh Pet Pals. Josh Pet Pal. Andrew Stewart. Stuart. BOFH. BOFH. Boom. Drew Saul. First name, last name. First name, last name. There's another anonymous. It's a Canadian anonymous helping us out. Another anonymous. Julio. Julius Miami. Anna Rolnick. And oh my gosh, monkey, wait, gotta pause. Meat strip. Gotta pause. Oh. Sneezing, meat stripping. Boom. Sneezing. Again. I'm dying, guys. I am dying right now. Okay, what was the last one? That was Anna Rolnick. Oh, I'm squirting tears. Oh. Okay. Don Caesar Shadem. Don sees 20. Yas. There we go. Who else we got? Patrick McDermott. Ashley Fontaine. Ron Parks. And Slayer J1. There we go. Vera Nokum. 20 PG. Threw in the 50. Nice. Casey Chapman. Another anonymous. All right, scrolling down. Christopher Monastersky. How I spell that? Mona Stursky. Hopefully I did that right. Chris Holcomb. I don't know Chris Holcomb already. We passed Chris Holcomb. Got Chris Taylor. I've done Chris Holcomb. Yeah, okay. Chris Holcomb. Just a lot of Chris's. Chris Holcomb. Has a B on the end. There we go. PG again. Logic Dustbin. There we go. Okay. Darren Saunders. Oh boy, Darren Saunders. Anonymous, Javi A. Thank you, Javi A. Scott Lumley. And anonymous. I not your friend. Oh my goodness. I notch. Cho. Friend. 20. Anonymous. JR. And Talvin 4. Winner of our first raffle. JR. Okay. Oh, Squamsk. Squamsk. Big one. Laj Molala. Law. 20. Okay. Oh, how'd I miss a whole bunch? What the heck? Oh, JR. So JR, 1. Anonymous. Julianne, $5. I think this is all because of Julianne, this charity. Ron Parks again. Where's Ron Parks? I had Ron Parks somewhere. Ron Parks. There we go. There's that. JR again. Oh my goodness. Decatur Raw. Decatur Raw. I'm not your friend. Throw that on there. Vizio guy who won in the past, but denied it, and then Talvin got it. JR again. Another anonymous. Lajum. I got Lajum, and the Squamp's another one. Oh my goodness! I think we are over 1,000. We're over 1,000. Monkey Butt's earned one more delicious treat. Let's make it screen big so that Monkey Butt can get the delicious treat. I sneezed like 15 times. And yeah, get this dog fat. Get so fat, Monkey. Get so, I'm eating it. There we go. Happy dog. What a happy dog you are. Oh. Well, we could go for $2,000, but I've got about 500 more sneezes to go, and I have to run away. We did it! Yay! Thank you so much, everybody. So tomorrow I'll pump this all into a spreadsheet. We'll do a raffle. It'll be for the puzzle version of this poster that Jorge made for us. And got the monkey butt, we got the cat, we got this. Oh, I promised you cat nipples. So we'll get some cat nipples. It's about okay. Logic Dustbin, the conservatives in Canada get a huge stiffy seeing how U.S. healthcare works. They're actively trying to change our system, emulate it. Yeah. Why would you want that? Our healthcare system sucks so bad. I don't get it. Oh man. Okay. Everybody, thank you. The weather's supposed to get crazy nice here, which means the trees are gonna go chop, 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 chop. So expect tomorrow and Friday to be just as Houston being just a snotty mess like I am today. But we'll do a show tomorrow. Not entirely sure what time. One Friday. Not sure what time. I'm fading really hard. But I promise you cat nipples. Didn't I, Monkey? Yes, you'll get cat nipples here at the end. I want to thank everyone so much. Thank you for getting to our goal. Making these Charities Tuesdays successful. You guys are rad. You guys are so rad for doing this and letting me do this and bribe you into doing it. So thank you, everybody, and I appreciate it. Monkey Butt appreciates it. The cat, even though he's really not appreciating anything, he appreciates it too in the end. And boom. Ready? Oh, the cat nipples. Look at the kitty nipples. Look at them. Look at those nipples. There's so many. There's so many little fat cat nipples. They're just so nipply. Oh, everybody just gets the cat nipples. They're just so fun. Yes, they are. Oh.